So this brother identifies that Black women are the most unprotected group in the world, and he has a message for us. Take a look.
I'm reading more and more stories about sisters being murdered by stupid ass emotional. Malcolm X spoke this years ago in the 60s. The black woman is the most unprotected species or woman in America. Sisters, we got you. I'm gonna tell you something. It's like a to me. You do harm to your people, you'll be treated just like these evil assholes will. I'm a brother that protects black women. I have been since I woke up almost 10 years ago. For all real brothers that understand where I'm coming from, we apologize. This saying is so true. When you know different, you do different. I know different. And black women, you are protected. Believe me, you are. Saw a story the other day. His woman, his girl, met this girl on a dating app. They went back to her house and he cut her throat. Nah, bruh. We don't do that. And if I could get to you, just like if I can get to George Zimmerman, just like if I can get to all these little that have done this wrong, even the of Ahmaud Arbery, I'd do something to them. And that's just the truth of the matter. Too much of your blood has been spilled out here, unanswered for. Too much of our brothers' blood has been spilled. Too much of our children, too. I'm going to end this and tell you this again, sisters. We got your back. Believe that shit. I saw a brother say the other day, we crashing out about black women. He ain't lying. We are.
Well, no lies told here. I mean, according to the Columbia Mailman School of Public Health, Black women are murdered 6 times more than white women. And Black women aren't just murdered by Black men, they're also murdered by white men. So that's an alarming rate. If we just sit and think about that for a second, 6 times more. So what this brother is saying about Black women being the most unprotected, that is true. I appreciate that he has acknowledged this and that he's apologizing for it and that he's saying, we got your back. Appreciate it. But when we look at what goes on in the news and we're seeing this alarming rate of Black women that are being unalived by Black men and white men, we need, these words to be backed up with action. Because when you think about it, you hear 6 times more than white women. And we know that white women also date Black men, marry Black men. We're not seeing the same level of women that are of the folks that are being unalived by Black men like it is with Black women. So that in and of itself is very alarming as well. The question begs, why are Black women being unalived at this rate by Black men and not the same rate with the folks? Now, people will say that Black women run their mouth, they're hard, they're not nice, they're too strong, they're too independent, they're not respectful to Black men, they bring Black men down. And there are some Black women that are very strong and very opinionated, and they do stand up for themselves and defend themselves in an aggressive manner. Yes, we do. But it also comes down to the way we've been treated and our history and the things that we have gone through as a woman by the hands of Black men and other men from other races. So sometimes we can have a very hard sort of stance and, we can come across that way for sure. But does that mean that we should be unalived? Also, some Black women are not like that. They hold it down for their man. They're there for their Black man. They cover the expenses for their Black man. They will, co-sign on a car or a house or all kinds of things that we hold down for our black man. We hold down the family and kids so the black man can go out there and earn the money. We do that too. There are very good black women that are there for their man and for their kids. How do we explain when that happens to them? Because there are reports of that as well. So my point is that whether a black woman is hard or whether she is a good black woman that's there for her black man, they're still getting unalived. And either scenario should never result in a black woman getting unalived. I appreciate that he is calling it out and saying to the black men that are doing this to black women, he referred to them as a slur that I cannot repeat, but he's saying also that you're not a real man if that's what you're doing. And I agree. Anybody who's putting their hands on a woman is not a real man. Anybody who's unaliving a woman and a black woman is not a real man. It should never result to that. And that goes for both sides. Black women also need to not be putting their hands on black men. So again, violence in general, taking a woman's life in general shouldn't be happening. Same goes on the other side for black women also. Don't put your hands on anybody. Don't unalive anybody. If you're in a tumultuous or toxic situation, the best thing to do is exit. So it's time to stop abusing the sisters and treating them like the queens that they are. In the words of Dr. Umar Johnson, Black Queens forever. Let me know what you all think about this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content. I shall see you on the next one. But until then,